how's it going everybody? My name is Legend Dragon. Today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make drawings. Really easy to draw characters. This is my first time doing this, so all you'll need is just a pencil. Doesn't matter what kind of pencil you have. What I'm using here is the mechanical pencil. I really like it. I like these a lot, and I'm really used to using these than the average pencil. But yeah, like I said, it doesn't matter which pencil you use. So let's get started to draw Pichu. I drew Pichu a lot since I was like in DeviantArt. When I started out, I met like a lot of friends who drew Pichu. So let's get started. So here we have, you'll have to draw a circle, or pretty much like an oval shape. So right now you have the oval shape right there. You make a horizontal line and a vertical line, pretty much making a cross. And what this does is it helps you to know where the character is actually looking at. So once you draw like that, he's actually looking forward. Next, we'll draw another circle-like object. Pretty much it's like an oval. Or like the way I see it, sometimes it's like kind of like a bag of potatoes that you buy in stores. Next, we'll draw his hand. His arm is just another oval, like a more flat version of it. And next, we're gonna do his foot. So same thing, another oval-like shape. As you can see how I'm doing here, you don't have to work fast, just work at your own pace. Once you're done with the foot, you can go ahead and do the other hand. You can do this in any order you want. Make sure you add a little bump on the hand right there. Pichu has a thumb, and then the rest of his hand is just a round shape. Don't forget to add 3 lines to show his toes. Okay, in the video I'm actually fixing a few things that I'm not happy about, but you know, you can do the same thing. Just keep following the video, pause and play. Next we'll be drawing his tail. His tail is kind of like a little square, or kind of like a little rectangle there, as you can see. Okay, and next we'll actually go for Pichu's ears. Oh, and right there I lost the last of the charcoal that I had. Good thing I still have more inside the mechanical pencil, a reason why I love them. So next, let's give this little Pichu like an antenna. He's looking like a little alien, I guess. So his ears are like triangles. So what I'm doing here is that I'm just making that line right there, because that's where it's gonna end and where the triangle will begin. So just keep making that straight line. You don't have to get it perfectly the first time, so just keep doing multiple strokes if you're a beginner. Doesn't matter how rough the sketch it is, that's how it's meant to be. And then you're meant to correct it later. Now we got one ear down, we'll draw the next ear. Same process as you did with the other one. Okay, and right here I was not happy with how the ear was a little bit. I think I made it too big, or yeah, I made it too big. So I shortened the ear a little bit to get more space to the other ear. So I'm sorry about that, but you know, you guys can keep following. You don't have to do the same thing I'm doing. We're all practicing here. Still a similar process right there. Making the triangle. And the thing is, you can actually make him notch ear Pichu, I believe he's called. Notch ear Pichu. Yeah, it's really easy to do. Next, we'll do his chest. He's got like 3 triangles. It's pretty easy. We're going for the cheeks next. His cheeks are really big. They're bigger than his eyes. So they're supposed to be right below the cross that you just drew on that oval. Next, the eyes need to be smaller than the cheeks, and they need to be right on top of the horizontal line. Next we'll draw the mouth and a little dot for his nose. And there we go, we got a really good sketch of Pichu. What I'm doing next is that I'm leaving a little small gap where his ears are. That's just to show you that those ears are connected to Peach's body. Next, I'll draw a little circle on his eyes. It all depends on where the light is hitting. So right there I'm deciding whether to put it in the middle or the right. So I decided to make the light be on top of Pichu. If you've watched anime, their eyes always have that little white dot in their other character's eyes. Then just darken the eye. Next, we'll darken the ears. And Pichu's ears, they have a little triangle pointing down in the middle. So right when you draw those two lines and they cross, that's where you did the triangle. And then just shade it in with your pencil. And after you're done with some areas of the character, you can start adding pressure to the pencil. I forgot to say this before, but once you start sketching, you do not want to use pressure on your pencil. Do not push too much when you're drawing a character, because right now what you're doing is just sketching. The details come later. That's when you start adding pressure, which is what I'm doing right there. So what you want to do after adding pressure is just use your eraser to erase some stuff. Like right here, I'm still coloring in the Pichu, just making it more dark, the darker areas, the shading. Same process with the other ear. And then I'm getting that notch ear shaded in, connecting it to his body. So all you need to do this, guys, is just a pencil. That's all you need. Do not add too much pressure either when you're shading. Right now, once you're done with all the details and the shading, you may start erasing some parts that you don't want, such as the horizontal and vertical line that we used at first to determine where the Pichu is going to be looking at. And you're supposed to be done right there, but I decided to use my illustration markers and just start illustrating. I'm showing right here that I have a medium and a small pencil. I mean, a small illustration marker. So you have an illustration marker. You may do so. You may use it if you really want to and try practicing. The medium one I use for the outer lines to just get in those body details from the outside. So when I'm on the thumb, I move a little slowly there so I don't mess up. Next, I'm using the small illustration marker and get those details inside the body of Pichu. The small one is really good for getting those really small, tiny details on your character. You may do this as well if you have a marker, a black marker, or probably a black color pencil. But you're gonna have to be really careful when erasing using black color pencils, because you can also erase them. Right here I'm using the big illustration marker to color in Pichu's ears. Just get all those areas to be dark. If you're using one of those cheap markers, I'm not sure what they're called, but I remember using them. Be sure not to add too much because it'll actually wet the paper. So be careful with those. And also be careful when you start erasing. I leave a small opening on Pichu's eyes right there because I decided to try using the markers that I never used. I used the favorite Castell markers, and it's a little pack of markers that are used to draw manga style, to color in your drawings, like black and white. And I never used these other markers before, so this is my first time using them. So yeah, I'm pretty much trying to make my Pichu look like he is from a manga. That's why I'm using a really lighter one. And it's pretty difficult to use them because I don't have to color over the other dark color because it'll get darker. Right there I'm coloring his cheeks. I think I darkened the other cheek more. Now I'm darkening the body areas where the shadows hit. Again, you can do this with just a pencil. You may use your color pencils if you want and color it in. But you know, all you need is just a pencil. You can get the same results like that. And right now, what I do is I wait for the ink to dry. And to pass the time, I start drawing another Pichu, just for fun. You guys can follow along, if you want, to draw this other Pichu. Similar process as the start. The body looks a little different here, because this Pichu is actually looking up at you. So all the body parts depend on the perspective of the character. Pichu is a really great character. It's been like one of the most strong characters I have ever drawn. If you saw my DeviantArt or you want to check it out, there's a link in the description below if you want to check out my DeviantArt. There's like, if you go back to like the year 2014 or 13, I think that's when I started drawing so much Pichu. So right here, you can see that I added a line on Pichu's eyes. That curvy line on top of his eyes is pretty much to make him look sad. So that's what I'm aiming for in this picture. You want to make your Pichu look sad and cute at the same time. This is just to show you guys that you do not need art supplies to be a good artist. All you need is just a paper and a pencil. That's all you need. Now that the sad Pichu is done, I start erasing. I use illustration markers, so the eraser will not have any effect on the ink because it dried. I cannot say the same thing if you use a different kind of marker. There we go. And that's Pichu. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Like and subscribe if you enjoy. And I hope I get to see how you did on your Pichu if you actually like this video. Like and subscribe if you enjoy, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you all in my next video of simple drawings.